Yeah, you hear me? Kingston to Mobay, Portmore, St. Thomas. Stand tall. No shade can block the same sun, you see me? Same sun a shine pon we skin every day. Same blood a run, same beat in our chest. No delay. From dark to light, we are one anyway. Beauty not bleed, self-love we are spray.
Hello viewers, welcome back. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. It takes a lot to develop content, and therefore your support is needed. Now let us go into our talk and discussion. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. When you look in the mirror, whose standards of beauty stare back? Is it your own, your family's, or a standard shaped by centuries of history? In 1983, novelist and activist Alice Walker introduced a word for a phenomenon many of us have felt but rarely named: colorism, which she defined as prejudice or discrimination based on the shade of a person's skin, often within the same racial or ethnic group. In the Caribbean, histories of slavery and colonialism amplified this prejudice, weaving it into our social fabric until we hardly notice it. Today we will explore how colorism operates in Jamaica, how it was engineered during slavery and persists through socio-economic structures, media, politics, and even family. More importantly, we'll explore what this legacy demands of us moving forward. To understand Jamaican colorism, we must return to the 17th century, when Oliver Cromwell's forces captured Jamaica from Spain in 1655. And transformed the island into a plantation economy. On those plantations, a social hierarchy was constructed with white Europeans at the apex, a mixed-race, free-colored class in the middle, and enslaved Africans at the base. Why create a buffer class? The colonial rulers understood that social division weakens resistance. Children born to white men and black women were classified as mulattoes or mixed, and were often granted limited privileges like legal status, land ownership, and education. This group served as a buffer between the white elite and the black majority. Over time, a cultural logic emerged. Lighter is better. Those with paler skin were deemed more intelligent, more beautiful, and more deserving of power. Even after the abolition of slavery in 1833, this pigmentocracy persisted. Freed blacks were emancipated without land, compensation, or access to education. Meanwhile, the free-colored class retained property and political rights, reinforcing the idea that proximity to whiteness equaled success. Critical question: how do societies dismantle a hierarchy designed so carefully that it operates even when the architects are gone? Fast forward to the 20th and 21st centuries. Jamaica's population is overwhelmingly of African descent, yet skin color remains a determinant of opportunity. A 2020 study
revealed that
access to household amenities and years of schooling are starkly structured by race and even more robustly by skin color. The findings challenge the assumption that class alone explains inequality. Why is that? Throughout history, light-skinned Jamaicans often gained access to elite schools and professional networks. Hiring and promotion criteria that appear race-neutral, such as educational credentials or social networks, effectively reproduce historical privilege because dark-skinned applicants are less likely to possess those credentials. As scholars note, skin tone functions as symbolic capital, a resource that can be converted into economic and social advantage. Access to high-status jobs and social circles often correlates with lighter complexions. Consider this. In your workplace, are the people in leadership positions predominantly lighter-skinned? If you are a hiring manager, what unconscious biases might influence your decisions? Jamaica's government often points to free and subsidized schooling as evidence that education is a meritocratic pathway. Yet quantitative studies show that years of schooling are strongly influenced by the skin color. Children learn prejudice early. In the popular ring game, Brown Girl in the Ring, the child with the lightest skin is chosen to stand in the center while others sing her praise. This game teaches children to associate lightness with desirability. Later, light-skinned children may receive more encouragement from teachers, while dark-skinned peers internalize lower expectations. Critical question: what happens when a child grows up in a system that repeatedly tells them, through games and subtle cues, that their worth depends on how closely they resemble a colonial ideal? In the modern era, media and popular culture amplify Eurocentric beauty standards. Advertisements, music videos, and pageants often feature lighter-skinned people, reinforcing the idea that light skin equals beauty and success. Perhaps the most visible manifestation of colorism is skin bleaching. A 2018 Jamaican health survey found that roughly 11% of Jamaicans, about 300,000 people, had used skin whitening products. The practice is so widespread that it spurred a $14 million UN-backed initiative in 2023 to eliminate mercury from skin lightening products and promote the beauty of all skin tones. Skin lightening products are a booming market. By 2020, the global industry was worth $8 billion and is projected to reach $11.8 billion by 2026. The trade thrives on the belief that lighter skin will provide social and economic advantage. Health organizations warn that many skin whitening creams contain harmful chemicals, including mercury, which can cause skin rashes, scarring, nervous system damage, and even anxiety and depression. Yet people persist, not because they hate themselves, but because the world has taught them that lighter skin opens doors. Dancehall artist Spice highlighted this issue in her 2018 song Black Hypocrisy. To promote the song, she temporarily appeared with light skin, leading many to assume she had bleached. In the video she sings, "Was told I would reach further if the color of my skin was lighter. I was made to feel inferior because society said brown girls look prettier." She calls out her community for praising lighter skin and declares, "I am black without apology." Her stunt sparked outrage but forced a conversation about colorism that many had avoided. Critical question: what drives a person to risk their health to alter their appearance? Is it vanity, or is it a rational response to a society that rewards lighter skin? Colorism doesn't just affect those who bleach. Dark-skinned Jamaicans often experience low self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy, while some light-skinned individuals face teasing and name-calling such as mulatto or red gal. Within families, parents may treat children differently based on complexion. Romantic partnerships can be influenced by a preference for lighter skin, and this bias is deeply internalized. As one popular Jamaican saying goes, "When your black turns brown, stick around. When you're white, it's all right." These biases shape intimate choices. Some wealthy men openly seek light-skinned partners, and families may discourage relationships with darker-skinned individuals. For many dark-skinned women, the message is clear: to be desired is to be light. Critical question: how do we heal the psychological wounds inflicted by these unspoken rankings? Despite the ubiquity of colorism, the Jamaican state often treats it as a public secret, acknowledged privately but denied in official discourse. In November 2022, during Jamaica's review before the UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, a committee expert questioned reports that lighter-skinned persons were favored in employment. She asked what measures Jamaica was taking to address socio-economic differences along race and skin color. Jamaica's delegation responded that colorism was merely a derivative of colonialism and not a bar to educational advancement, noting that education is free and subsidized. This response minimized colorism's present-day effects and emphasized class over color. In other sectors, colorism manifests more openly. Medical professionals in Jamaica have observed that patients with lighter complexions receive faster or more respectful treatment in public hospitals. Dark-skinned defendants may face harsher punishment. These biases are not codified in law. They operate through individual judgment shaped by a centuries-old hierarchy. Yet Jamaica lacks comprehensive anti-discrimination legislation covering skin color. Without data collection or legal recognition, colorism remains hidden. Critical question: if a society refuses to acknowledge an inequality, how can it be addressed? Jamaica also has a rich tradition of resistance to colorism. Marcus Garvey championed black pride in the early 20th century, urging Jamaicans and the African diaspora to embrace their heritage. Reggae artists in the 1970s launched the Black is Beautiful movement, celebrating natural hair and dark skin. Today, social media campaigns like @DarkSkinNJE give voice to dark-skinned Jamaicans sharing their experiences of bias. Spice's Black Hypocrisy revived the conversation, using shock to expose hidden prejudices. International organizations are also stepping in. In 2023, the UN Environment Programme, World Health Organization, and Global Environment Facility launched a joint $14 million project with Gabon, Jamaica, and Sri Lanka to remove mercury from skin lightening products and promote acceptance of all skin tones. This project not only addresses toxic ingredients but seeks to shift cultural norms, acknowledging that beauty ideals are linked to colonial histories. Critical question: can policy initiatives transform deeply ingrained beliefs, or must change start within communities and families? We have traveled from the plantations of the 17th century to modern music videos, from colonial laws to UN treaties. Colorism in Jamaica is not a relic of the past. It is a living system that shapes education, employment, healthcare, and personal relationships. Yet, its persistence does not mean it is inevitable. As we close, I invite you to reflect on 3 questions. In what ways have you internalized colorist thinking? Notice the assumptions you make about beauty, intelligence, or trustworthiness based on someone's complexion. How might those assumptions influence your actions? How does colorism operate in your family or community? Think about jokes, sayings, dating preferences, or compliments that reveal color preferences. How can you challenge them with empathy rather than shame? What policies or institutional changes are necessary to dismantle colorism? Consider educational curricula that celebrate Afro-Jamaican history, hiring practices that reduce bias, or laws that explicitly prohibit skin color discrimination. How can you support initiatives that move beyond denial and towards justice? Colorism thrives in silence. It persists when children sing songs that praise brown and when adults pretend it doesn't exist. But silence is a choice we can refuse. Recognizing colorism's roots in colonialism doesn't mean we accept its branches in our present. Instead, we can dismantle them by celebrating the full spectrum of blackness, by acknowledging the beauty in dark skin without apology, and by using policy and cultural change to make sure that the next generation's worth is not measured by shades, but by shared humanity. Thank you.
Same sun a shine pon we skin every day. Same blood a run, same beat in our chest. No delay. From dark to light we are one anyway. Beauty na bleed, self-love we are spray. Same sun a blaze, cut chains we arise. No more divide, look truth na your eyes. From yard to the world we are set it straight. Love your complexion, that a great. Colonial whisper try drifting a we brain. Plantation history still a try leave stain. Them set ladder with color pan each rung, but we kick down gate. Unity get strong. Brown gal inna the ring did teach rich rank code. Now we flip the script, every queen overload. From Tivoli to Harborview, watch we glow. Melanin rich, that a royalty, you know. Them say lighter is the ticket, that a old tail. Confidence are the visa that never fail. We not beg seat on nobody table, no. We be lucky, we wanna make the whole place grow. Same sun a shine from our skin every day. Same blood a run, same beating our chest, no delay. From dark to light, we are one anyway. Beauty now bleed, self-love we are spray. Job get tight when the surname small. Network lock, but we still stand tall. Degree on the wall, hustle on the street. Character solid, that a concrete. Need a push filter, you are a standard face, but Jamaica color palette. Broad like beers from cocoa to caramel. Bronze to gold, every shade legendary. Story fi be told. No little cream can fix what love fix. No buckle can cure culture remix. Teach the youth truth from them little and young. Affirmation heavy like a kettle drum. Same sun a shine for our skin every day. Same blood a run, same beating our chest, no delay. From dark to light, we are one anyway. Beauty now bleed, self-love we are spray. Oh yeah, babe, me a king. Oh yeah, babe, me a queen. Hold up your shit. One Jamaica, link up, keep the place clean. No more ranking, pan complexion scheme. Garvey voice, you can know your worth now. Spice show the mirror, make the earth bow. We celebrate each other, that's the plan. If you're proud of your shade, clap your hand. Hospital courthouse, fairness free rule. No bias in service, that fi be school. Short new policy, data fi talk. Justice fi all when the people them walk. From downtown to uptown, unity set. Love right the law where we can't forget. Stand up for your neighbor, that's a real flex. Jamaica future, color proof next. Same sun a shine from my skin every day. Same blood a run, same beating our chest, no delay. From dark to light, we are one anyway. Beauty now bleed, self-love we are spray. Tell a friend, self-love locking. Jamaica nice when the